All right, guys, just got back from Publix. Got the regular classic Red Baron pepperoni. Comes in a box, 20.6 ounces. Also picked up the Tombstone pepperoni. This is the original. This is 20.6 ounces. Okay, so they're the same size and same price, $4.29, no sale. And I'm gonna try to split these both in half, make them in the oven, same time, eat them all. We'll see what's best. All right.
Okay.
All right, a little comparison here. This is the Tombstone. You can see it comes on the cardboard disc. Looks pretty good. Pepperonis look maybe a little thicker than Red Baron over here. Doesn't come on the disc, so I'll probably package up what's left over and put it in the Red Baron box. But yeah, pretty similar. I'd say the pepperonis are a little more even on the Red Baron. What do you think, Starbs? Probably have to fix that a little bit. Oh, and the Tombstone has the little tiny pepperonis, the little tiny cube pieces, which are not seen on the Red Baron. So, all right, here they are side by side. I got the Tombstone on the right and Red Baron on the left. So they cut pretty easily, which is great. All right, so we're using the rack method for both of these. Both of them call for 400 degrees. Red Baron here is 18 to 21 minutes. Tombstone, 400 degrees, 16 to 18 minutes. So probably have to take the Tombstone out just a little quicker. Got them started over here. Both are cooking good. 400. We'll check back in a bit. All right, guys, so I'm just realizing I did not set a timer, but that's because I use the watch method when cooking my frozen pizzas. And to do this, you just click this oven light here, and you peek down here and you look at your pizza, and then when it looks like it's ready to eat, you just take it out of the oven and eat it. Pretty straightforward, so I'll let you know how it goes. All right, we're getting close here, guys. If you look in here, you can see the Tombstone started to warp a little bit, which I think I've had that experience in the past, even when I don't cut it in half. And I don't know, I think they're both looking pretty golden. It's kind of hard to see on the, there we go, on the camera here. But I think they're both gonna be ready at the same time. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull those out and we'll take a closer look. All right, so I'm gonna take my Red Baron box here, flip it inside out so we can put the pizzas on it. I always like to do that to keep stuff clean. I don't know where this thing's been, so this is as good as it gets. All right, so it's Red Baron on the left, Tombstone on the right. Here you can get a better idea of how much warping we had with that Tombstone. I don't know, both look pretty similar as far as grease, pepperonis. I kind of like how the Red Baron pepperonis curl up a little bit and they get the toasty brown. These ones just kind of laid flat on the Tombstone. So we'll see if they taste any different. All right, so here we have our finished pizza. On your left here we have the Red Baron classic pepperoni, and on your right we have the Tombstone original pepperoni. Just taking a closer look here. Feel like my Red Baron got maybe a little darker crust, which is kind of interesting considering they recommended a longer time in the oven. But both these pizzas were in here for the same amount of time. I mean, the crusts feel pretty similar. I think we got pretty similar thickness there. Red Baron might have a little thicker dough, but I'm gonna give them a taste here. We'll start with the Red Baron. Yeah, so I mean, I've always been a fan of Red Baron. This is kind of what I expect. I mean, the crust, perfect crust. Like, got that tomato paste, but not too not too pasty tasting. Pepperonis, I mean, just what I would expect. Perfectly cooked, obviously. I'm gonna pick up the Tombstone here and compare. Okay, so right off the bat, crust just like a titch squishier. I mean, still crispy, but not the crispness of the Red Baron. Paste, I would say.
Starbucks, no.
Tomato sauce, maybe I don't know, it's just different. Maybe a little more unnatural. I feel like I get more of a traditional tomato flavor with the Red Baron, but still pretty close here. Yeah, there's something about that sauce. A little different. I mean, it probably comes down to preference here, but I prefer the sauce on the Red Baron for sure. Let's just take off the pepperoni here and compare. So, Tombstone might have a little spicier pepperoni, but the Red Baron one, maybe a little sweeter. Again, it just comes down to preference. These ones are very similar. You can tell just by how they market it, they're like the exact same pizza. But I would choose Red Baron over Tombstone. All right, guys, we're a couple slices deep on each of these. So I've had half the pizza. And I just felt like I had to give another quick review here because the more I taste these, the more different these are tasting, like between each other. Red Baron, I mean, clear winner in my mind. The crust, just like way more flaky, way more natural tasting. That Tombstone crust, it has this taste like or texture more like machine-made texture. I don't know, which you would expect from cardboard box pizza like this, but the Red Baron just pulls it off really well. Again, the sauce, Tombstone, I'm not liking it. It's a little lighter red in color, and there's something about like the sweetness or almost like a synthetic texture. It's just not as natural as the Red Baron. I will say though, Tombstone has a pretty good pepperoni. I mean, I would maybe take the Tombstone pepperoni over the Red Baron, but they're very close in that regard. So, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna pick the Red Baron every time over Tombstone. That's for sure. Cheers.